welcome to episode number 70 of Adventures in Welding. I'm Paul, and as you can see, TIG ain't for sissies. Today we're going to talk about something a little different. We're not going to do any welding, so if all you want to see is welding, then get the hell out of here. Today we're going to talk about the differences in TIG torch sizes. What we've got here is a standard number 17 size. And over here, we've got a number 9. Both of these are gas-cooled or air-cooled torches. And we're going to talk about the differences, the sizes, accessories, tungstens, and different things to go along with them. So is that something you're interested in? I invite you to stick around. All right, I know you can't see me, but you don't need to see me. You already know what I look like, how handsome I am. So let's start off instead with the torches. Here is a standard number 17 size torch. And if we go from the base of the handle to the tip of the torch, we're looking at a height of about 7.5 inches. If we measure the diameter of the torch handle itself, we're looking at 0.84 inches. And the length of the top of the torch part, from the insulator to where the back cap screws in, 1.51 inches. And then we'll also measure the cup at 1.64 inches. So from the back cap to the edge of the cup with a standard alumina cup, we are looking at a measurement of about 3.2 inches. All right. Now let's take the same look at a number 9 size torch. Oops, just pretend you didn't hear that. So here's our number 9 size torch. Again, I will measure from the base of the handle to the tip of the torch. We're looking at 7.25 inches. So only about a 1/4 inch difference there. The diameter of the handle, .83. So that's in a margin of tolerance. They're about the same. Now this top part of the torch here, from the insulator to where the back cap, 0.79. And from the tip of the standard cup to the back of the back cap, 1.96 inches. The other was about 3.5. So we're looking about 1.5 inches difference. So if we set them down there just like this, you can see there is a considerable size difference. All right, now, are the parts interchangeable from one type of torch to another? No, they're not. Here is a standard collet body or collet holder, whatever you want to call it, for a number 17 size torch, 17 style, 17 size torch. And from front to back, it is 1.86 inches. And the diameter of the threads where it screws in to the torch is 0.36 inches. Now here is your collet body, collet holder for the number 9 style torch. And if I lay them here side by side, you can see quite the difference. The overall length of the number 9 size is 0.8 and the thread size 0.29. So there is the difference in your collet bodies. Now let's take a look at the cups. Here is a number 6 size cup for a 9 style torch. And here is a number 6 size cup for a 17 style torch. Now, if we measure the inner diameters, for the number 6 we get 0.37 inches. And again, 0.37 inches. So as you can see, the inner diameter of the cups is the same. So a number 6 cup is still going to put out the same amount of gas flow whether you're using a 9 or a 17 size torch. But when I put them beside their respective collet bodies, there's quite the difference. Now let's look at the actual collet holders. Here is a 1/16 inch collet holder for a number 17 size torch. And here is a 1/16 size holder for a number 9 size torch. We'll get some measurements. For the number 17 size torch, our overall length is 1.95 inches. For the number 9 size torch, our overall length is 1 inch. So there's almost an inch difference in length. Now as for your external torch accessories, for instance, here's a number 17 size back cap, total length 4.44. Here's a number 9 size back cap, full length back cap, which is actually longer at 5.73 inches. But that's the externals. That's not going to matter so much. Now the number 17 size torch is rated for a maximum of 200 amps, but to be safe you want to run this around 150 amps. The number 9 size torch is rated at 150 amps, but I wouldn't want to run it at any more. I'm sorry, it's rated at 100 amps, but I wouldn't want to run it at any more than, say, 80 to 85 amps. So why would you pick one over the other? And the answer is pretty simple: size. What do you need to get into, and what do you need to get done? If you need to get into a small area, this number 9 torch is much lighter and going to be much easier to get into the same area than the number 17 size torch. So let's talk about torch accessories. Let me null everything out properly so I know which goes with which. All right, here is our standard number 17 torch. This is the torch that comes with the Eastwood TIG 200. Let's disassemble it. We'll start by removing the back cap. And then we can take out the tungsten and collet body. Remove the alumina cup. And finally, we have the collet holder and the insulator cap. So there is your basic number 9 torch. Now some different, this is your basic number 17 torch. Now some different accessories or options that you can do are gas lenses. Here is a standard gas lens for a number 17 size torch. There's a bunch of screens stacked in there, and that gives you a nice diffused gas flow. So to use this for your torch, all you need to do is change out your insulator. I gotta remember how this goes. It's been a while since I've done this. No. Okay, this insulator stays on. Alright. This one fits in here like this. We screw in the gas lens. And now here is our number 7 gas lens cup. Then all we have to do, put our collet holder back in, our tungsten, screw our back cap on, and this torch is now ready to go to work with the gas lens. But with that big old gas lens on there, we've increased the diameter to 0.91 inches for our number 7 gas lens cup from where our standard number 7 cup was 0.71 inches. So that's 2/10 of an inch bigger. That's going to reduce your ability to get into smaller places, but it will give you better gas flow. Now, if you want the best gas flow of all, let's take this all apart again. What I've got here is what's called the gas saver gas lens. And when you put these parts together, you can do a couple of pretty interesting things, but not at the same time. The gas saver gas lens, as you can see here, consists of a bunch of small screens on the front there with the hole for the tungsten to come out of. You can see the holes on the side for your gas diffusion, and this red silicone O-ring. So what we do here in this case, and this is where we switch the insulator, is we put on this special insulator here. We screw in the gas saver gas lens, and there's a flat spot on there so you can get a nice little wrench in there. I'm just doing this hand tight for demonstration purposes. And we use this Pyrex cup, which is perfectly sized to fit over that O-ring. So what we've created here is a perfect seal where the gas can only pass through that screen. Now, to use this, you have to use a special collet called a jam collet. Now, this differs from your standard collet, and let's take a look at the two. Here is your standard collet for a number 17 style torch. And as you can look there, you see light coming through there. It's got slits. And as you tighten it up, those slits tighten and squeeze your tungsten. Now, the jam collet, as you can look real close here, doesn't have that. What happens instead with the jam collet, also known as a wedge collet, is when you put it all together like this and you tighten on your back cap, the wedge collet wedges itself sideways in there. Well, not really sideways, but off center. And as you can see, your tungsten is firmly in place. Now, what's cool about using this gas saver gas lens is that you can use it in two ways. If you want to have a standard 1/4 inch to maybe 3/8 inch stick out, you can turn your gas flow down to about 8 CFH and save yourself some gas. But let's say you need to get into somewhere that's pretty tight. What you can do is you can stick out your tungsten to a good inch, inch and a half, crank up your gas flow to about 25 CFH and have perfect coverage. And that would allow you to get into some nice tight places where you normally can't get. Of course, you could also just whip out a number 9 torch and do just about the same thing. Now, all these torches will use standard tungstens, and I have a selection here for us to look at, and we can compare the sizes. Let's see if I can put them in order. Okay. We start with this purple-ended one, which I believe is what they call the E3 tungsten. That's 1/16 inch. Next is my standard 3/32 inch, and that blue end is a 2% lanthanated. And then we have a 1/8 inch 2% thoriated. Now they make them even smaller But these are your standard sizes. I'm going to bring this up real close here so you can see the difference in the diameters of them. The number 9 torch, I believe, will take up to your standard 3/32, but I don't think it will take the 1/8. The number 17 torch will take everything up to the 1/8. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed our talk about the different kinds of TIG torches and accessories available for them. And I hope you will like, comment, share, and especially hit that subscribe button. I think it's up there in that corner. I need all the subscribers I can get. And until next time, I'll think of something to say.